it almost seemed like their thirst for human piss was making them become aggressive towards humans. There was more
give me that piss.
There was more than one. One hiker was attacked and needed some medical attention by a goat. Another one was aggressively stalked by a goat for like a mile. And there's a pretty striking visual of them airlifting out these goats because of their aggressive thirst for human urine.
Patreon.com/EllisMate. Wait.
We're king of the West.
Yeah. Patreon.com/EllisMate. Why do you need a tissue? What'd you do?
Where's the HR department?
Tissue behind you.
We'll get to
There's
that.
a tissue behind you.
Where's the HR department again? For this
What'd you
company?
do? Why?
What did I do?
Wait, I did something?
Okay. So
happened?
the show's starting, and I look at this little megaphone noisemaker gizmo that somebody got at Target, and I go, I wonder if I could balance that thing on my forehead and nose. And I start doing that, and I go, oh, there's some water on this. Why would this thing that's been on the table that I just found here be wet?
Yeah.
Except that's especially slick, lubricated water.
Wait, you poured lube on yourself from a speaker? Katie, why are you laughing? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You can see.
Why is it,
Katie? If you want to come take a look at this, the spot that I picked it up off of on the table has a line of.
Give it a little sniff. Did you sniff it?
Of sliquid.
Did you sniff it? Does it smell like pancake batter?
What is happening in my studio?
Whatever it is, it's on my upper lip.
You're saying that your megaphone thing had lube in it?
It might be lube. It feels lubey.
Why is there lube in the megaphone?
I don't know.
Who the fuck is in my... I'm getting pissed now. Who fucking lubed...
I don't think anybody lubed the megaphone. I think there's a puddle of lube.
Why is there a puddle of lube over there? I know that I play...
I feel like you're more offended that it's in your studio than you are that it's on my face.
Well, it doesn't... I don't believe that it's got AIDS on it or anything. Sorry. I just don't... Yeah, you're right, Michael. I apologize for the lube that's on your face.
Look, monkeypox is real.
Is it flavored lube?
I'm not going to find out.
Well, it's on your mouth.
Someone messaged me and said, hey, man, monkeypox is gays. They're bringing it, so watch out. I'm like, cool. I'm gay, so I have to watch out. But then on Grindr, there was an ad saying, watch out for monkeypox.
Oh, my God.
So if Grindr's telling the gay community to watch out, that means that... I think it's just more because, there's a community in the gay community that... is very flirtatious and goes out there and meets new people all the time and rubs them and whatnot.
I think that's what it is. I think everybody needs to be careful about.
Yeah.
I don't really know that I would change the way that I'm living. If you're the kind of person, like when I was young and you just go to bars and maybe if you're lucky once or twice a month, somebody comes home with you, I wouldn't stop doing that because of the threat of monkeypox. If I'm the kind of person who routinely rubs 25 strangers naked in a weekend, I might think twice.
Yep.
Yeah. And that applies to probably a greater number of gay men than straight women.
If you're out there being social butterflies, for sure. Shaking hands and touching butts, like 40, 50 a day.
Yep.
Pouring lube on yourself.
How would it? Yeah. How would that have gotten there?
You know what? We did have a special Saturday show where we were watching UFC,
Yeah.
and Josh Pollitt was sitting in that chair,
Yeah.
right on the other side of Kevin.
Yeah, and he
And
was
he
was
picked
playing
up the
yeah.
megaphone at one point. and
But
was-
where does the lube come in? Did Josh
Exactly.
have lube on him?
I don't
and
remember
if he
him trying to
did-
shove it up his ass.
Yeah, if he did, why did he? Why didn't he mention that he had lube on him and that he was pouring it into microphones? He wasn't blacked out while we were doing the show. He was pretty sober.
From where I sit, I can see 10 things that would be better to stick in your ass than this.
But
thing.
there was a person here that was drunk that night.
Yeah.
But they didn't come in here
How do you know?
because they were upstairs all night.
Can we say who it was?
I mean, they were upstairs all night. They weren't in the studio.
Was it Marilyn Manson?
She
No.
smelled like Marilyn Manson.
Oh, no.
Stop.
What? I mean, I just mean drinking. Yeah, okay, I guess so. I did a fight companion, like it's the Ultimate Friends conversation show.
On patreon.com/Ellis.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. Every now and then, not only do we do 2 Jason Ellis shows a week on there that goes for 2.5 hours, I do 2 solo shows called Awesome World. And I had to work on Friday, so instead of doing a Friday show, because I usually do a Thursday and a Friday afternoon, I couldn't do it. So we decided, and the fans agreed that it'd be cool if I went live for the UFC. So I had Eddie Jackson and Josh Pollitt here, and we watched fights. And then Toby came with some friends, and they won, and then we left. We were going to stay and watch the fights, but because they all went upstairs, Katie felt like we were being, because I asked them to come and be on the show, and Toby just went upstairs with his son and his wife and this other couple of friends. So they were just up there by themselves. So we stopped the show and went up there because we felt uncomfortable that they weren't, that they were all just up there by
Just
themselves.
roaming free in
I
your
was just
home.
like, I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
who does that?
I don't know, but Katie was like, I can't stay down here if people are going to be up there. So I was like, okay, show's over. But we did do a show on Saturday,
Yes.
and we will continue to do them. I really liked it. I felt like the only thing was everybody I invited didn't necessarily understand I was inviting them. Yes, they're my friends, but we need to do a show. You know, I get it. There's, social Jason, and then there's working Jason, and they sound the same, but so people can get confused. But when I am here, I am trying to put on a show, and if you're just drifting off and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I feel like we're wasting people's lives. Like, let's move on. And I felt like I could tell Katie had switched off. She's like, there's a bunch of people upstairs. I can't do this. So like, okay. And it's usually an hour show. And we went a little long. We went like 2 hours.
It was like an hour and a half by the
Oh.
time that all these people came in and we're just upstairs.
Yeah. And late. But that's LA, baby. That's the thing.
It's showbiz.
It is. I fucking died last night for the first time in my comedy career, and that was amazing. That was like such a stinger, but also I've kind of been waiting for it. Kind of, everyone, ooh, when you bomb, man, just keeps going down, gets worse. You're just like dead inside, and people are just looking at you so bad. I'm like, I feel like the only reason people are saying that is because they're not very talented. And I always feel like if I was doing bad that I could flip it because I'm very talented.
Yeah.
And no. I also can tell the room, the people. That's why it's important the company you keep, everybody. You got to watch that shit. It does affect, because I feel like the microphone didn't work. This place does that from time to time. So the first like 7 comics went up with no microphone, and there was no light. So it was like really dark. And then I noticed that it was packed. It was like 20 people, but they were all comics. There was not one person that came there to watch any comedy at all. 0. So it was just comics that were kind of reading their own material. And really, like, it's kind of known for it at this point. The only laugh you get is when you start bombing, one comic will like snicker that it's funny that you're bombing.
Is it like a bombing snicker, or is it like
A
throwing you a courtesy
No,
laugh?
it's a fucking bombing snicker.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Haha, suffer. Well, it's not that bad because we're all, the thing that I started to watch, and I wouldn't have caught. 6 months ago, I would have gone, you're the worst comedian ever. You should probably quit. But I watched it digress. Not digress. It kind of started bad and kind of stayed bad. Like there was never like a high. It was kind of like, we don't have a microphone. We're just going to do it. Yeah, because we're comedians. And everyone was like, and then there was these two hot chicks. Sorry, let's had that on for singing. These two hot chicks that were doing stand-up. A Russian girl, and she made a rap song, and she played a beat on her phone and did a rap song about little dick guys.
How'd that land?
Nobody landed. Nobody really cheered for anybody's stand-up at all the whole time. I was there for 2 hours. But she was annoying, you know? And I felt like it was like, yo, you're hot, and you're just sort of maybe using that. But I was like, this rap song you put a lot of work into this song. She had like a couple of choruses. Like I was like, oh, this is actually this is as talented as people, all the hip hop guys. And yes, I will say that most of you are fucking shit. I get it. You've shot people and you've been shot, so that makes your music really cool. But your musical gift is shit. You suck. Yeah, I'm old, but you suck. It's real. And so she sucked, but it was good enough to be, when somebody makes it and you're like, I don't get it, but you still go, well, at least it was a song.
Yeah.
She had that.
Okay.
Then a Jewish girl came up she just kept saying she was Jewish, and is anybody there Jewish, and what's going on with the Jews? Also hot, but a brunette instead of the blonde like the Russian. And I was like, this is weird. Really cute girls doing stand-up, but not really doing stand-up, just sort of being cute. And then I don't have a plan. A bit cursed lately because I did that one with no plan, and it went so well that now I've got this thing where I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. It's not a good idea. So I went up there like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, maybe I'll fucking roast these fucking hot chicks. Got an angle there. And then I started to talk about them, and they both looked offended straight away. And I was like, man, like, I should have known. Of course you don't fucking get it. You know what I mean? You want to throw it out there, but you don't want to fucking have it land in your lap. So then I started to try and dig myself out by talking about washing my ass out. And then I feel like I saw one guy kind of be like, man, I want to hear about this guy's gay life. I could be wrong, but that's usually because that's the only other time that I've started to bomb and had a bad time is when I read one person's face and judge the rest of my comedy from that person's face. So I felt like, watching for an hour and a half and seeing what was happening, and I kept saying to myself, I'm like, people, when I did Stevie Weeby's podcast, he goes, so, you just kind of skipped the line. You never did like open mics or anything. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely skipped the line. I get some opportunities where I should not be there. But when those opportunities aren't around, I'm back to, the Dime Bar has no microphone, and it's open mic, man. Like, don't even try and tell me it's not. You do 10 minutes in front of comedians, and the comedians are not listening. So you can't even get a read on what your material is. I should just do it in there. And if I can get Katie to snicker or something, then I'm like, okay, I'll work on that one thing that I said. Like, I feel like it's almost, you got to get your reps in, they say. But for that one, I'm trying to understand. I think the rep that I got there was, it's not, don't be so scared of bombing. It's not that bad. Because it's not. It's kind of funny. I don't know if it's different when it's a huge crowd that decide that you suck, but I felt like most of the people in the room felt that I sucked, and I felt it to be funny. I was like, this place sucks. What a fucking, you're up here doing one at the Comedy Store, and then you're just wow, and not even, and you're sucking worse than the fucking other 25 losers that are here with you. It's good for you. I was weird because I feel like I've bombed less and been hurt more. This one was such a bomb. I started talking about it. I was like, people always talk to me about this when you eat shit and you bomb, and it just keeps getting worse. And I'm like, this is it. This is the one. And I think I got a laugh out of that, but that's about it, man. Like the rest of it was just a complete bombing. But I sat in the parking lot for like 40 minutes. I wrote a couple of jokes to try and fight back the bombing. I was like, I'll turn this frown upside down and use the fuel from being rejected into writing a joke that is, mean that it'll be a joke that I'll say for years and I'll remember this day. Yeah, I don't know if the joke's going to be any good, but
Well,
it is what it is. Hey, guys and girls, do you like your hair? Well, listen to this, because if you heard of Keeps, Keeps is a business that are in the business of keeping your hair where it is. For myself, too late. I missed that boat. But if you're out there and it's starting to thin out, I've taught the lady. A lot of ladies don't want to say that bald guys aren't attractive to a bald guy, but I've heard you drop off and you don't want to be a part of this. Trust me.
Keeps offers a simple, affordable, and stress-free way to keep your hair via convenient virtual doctor consultations. You don't even have to leave your home. Low-cost treatments start at just $10 a month. Keeps offers generic versions of the 2 FDA-approved medications to prevent hair loss and, most importantly, 24/7 care and support. When you are freaking out, having a dark night of the soul, staring at your rapidly declining hairline at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 a.m., Christmas morning, it doesn't matter. Keeps has a network of expert medical advisors waiting to help you.
So if you're ready to take action and prevent your hair loss, go to keeps.com/Ellis to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's KEEPS.com/Ellis to get your first month free. KEEPS.com/Ellis.
Father's Day is just around the corner. I'm a dad. If you're my children and you're listening to this right now, you know what your dad wants for my day? I don't want a book. I don't want slippers. My pubic hair is completely out of control. And I need help. It is a veritable jungle down there. And you know who I trust to help me clear out that thicket and return myself to having presentable genitals?
Your kids?
And Manscaped.
I've had some accidents trying to do a little maintenance down there in the past. Ever since we've been using these Manscaped buzzers, chilling. Lawnmower 4.0, awesome. They don't just have that stuff. They've got like ball deodorant, ball lotion, and the boxers. Actually, pretty sweet.
Yep.
Nice and soft and comfy.
20% off, everybody. Free shipping with the code Ellis at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use the code Ellis. Shake what your mama gave you. Nah, shake what your daddy gave you. Oh.
Hear that, kids? I've thought about that a lot. I haven't done a ton of stand-up, but I've had my fair share of epic bombs. And the worst show I ever did, I've told you, was at the Brea Improv. It was one of my first shows, packed house. They played music to get me off the stage before I was done. And then the host told the people I was a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
And I deserved it. And I totally deserved it. And it was hard. I had a rough night. I had a dark night of the soul that night, but then I woke up the next day and we were still doing the radio show and I went in and I did that. And that's like the safety zone that I had to go back to, that like, I'm good at that. This is fine. I have often wondered what the reality is if you have a truly epic, horrible show and stand-up is your one and only thing, and you're not really paying your bills, and now you go back to your job, driving Uber or Petco, and all you can do all day is just stew on that and then get back up on stage that night.
Yep.
It's just got to be easier to bounce back from a bomb when stand-up isn't your one and only plan, dream, identity.
Yeah. Yeah. The stress is off. The stress is off everything if you've got a job that pays the bills.
Yes.
And then you have this other thing. Like
Yes.
if the thing is your life depends on it. I was telling somebody this, the comedy thing to me, my number one goal is honestly to be good at it. My number one goal is not to get a special, not to get like, oh man, now you're that would be cool, but I don't even believe that's possible. I believe that window is gone for me. Like, whoa, have you seen this new? No, I'm not known for anything. I never will be. I'm 50. It's over. I just want to be good at it. But skateboarding, it was make or break. Radio, it was make or break. So the trials and tribulations of getting good were painful because there'd be times where it wasn't doing that well and I'd be like, oh, my life is ruined, or I got hurt and I can't skate, or I'm getting fat. My life is ruined. I'm going to get kicked off the team. What will I do for the rest of my life? Like doing comedy, every time I go, I'm like, how much closer am I to being as good as, Bobby Lee and, for everybody, Tim Dillon, like all these guys where they get up there and you're like, if you don't like his style, cool, whatever, but you cannot deny this guy is a talent. Like Ricky Gervais, I watched his special last night. He's just a fucking shredder. He's just a monster. Like wait, did you say you don't like his shit?
Yeah, he's not.
You didn't say he was a hack or anything. Just to clarify, you just said it wasn't.
I don't think Ricky Gervais cares what I say about him. I really enjoyed The Office, his TV show.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like there's sort of a smug thing to what he does.
Yeah.
And I think even people who like him would admit that, and I find that a little bit of a turnoff. He's not my favorite guy, but he's for sure got his moments.
I love the smug thing.
Yeah,
I think it's hilarious talking about how rich he is all the time, because he is.
Oh my God, he is.
Is there anything to like? Speaking of Bobby Lee, having something in your back pocket that you could pull out in a moment like that, like when Jeremiah Watkins was on, he was saying Bobby Lee could bite like the seat cushion of a stool and flip it on stage just using his mouth, and that was always like a crowd pleaser and crazy. And like, is there anything you could have in your back pocket where it's like, all right, this isn't going well. I'm noticing the downward trend here. I'm going to like pull a dingleberry out and eat it.
Well, that's great. I'll write that down. I kind of didn't mind it. I kind of wanted it to happen. I don't want to say shit about the dime bar. I'm super appreciative that Adam Hunter lets me go there. And for a year straight, Adam Hunter let me go there. And that's how I got good enough to start getting gigs. So I owe Adam a lot. But the dime bar has its nights. Sometimes I've seen people there and then it's kind of, now you can really test your material. There's like 10 people there that are looking to hear comedy. But on nights like that, because I've been there enough to be like, oh man, it's one of these ones. And just the greed and the caddy who's saying what. I don't think people are laughing because they don't want to give you anything they're not getting. Like it just, I don't know. Comedians seem like bitches to me, man. They fucking, I don't like this guy. I don't want to say anything bad, but he's fucking meh. I'm like, they all say that about each other. It's a pissing contest. And I get it. They don't, if that guy is not as working as hard as you and he has a Porsche and you don't, you get some pissy thing, and it's kind of cool in comedy to be like, yeah, fuck, that guy's got a fucking Porsche.
And it's also weird when your trade is subjective. Like if you're just the world's
like
greatest accountant,
it's like music.
You are the greatest accountant. You're just nasty at what you do.
The numbers.
Humor is so subjective, and it does suck. Like there are talented people that just fucking grind, and that lightning never strikes for them. And then some cornball who has some goofy shtick just gets like a TV role out of it, and that sitcom becomes massive, and then they're mega millionaires.
See, this is the thing that I like about where I am. In skateboarding, it's over. And when I look back at it, I'm like, what was the best thing about it? And it was easily when I could ride it like it was attached to me. That was the best thing. The friendship, camaraderie, skateboarding, where I was like, I can make this fucking thing do anything. And I would make it do anything. And I'd make stuff where I'd go, that was fucking not like, dude, you should be very proud of yourself. And I felt good. That was the best part of skateboarding by far. So when I get to comedy, I like being famous. I wanted to be famous so bad. Like I wanted to be in radio too. I wanted to be famous. I didn't even care about the money. Okay. I like money, but I would rather, if you could say, I'll make you, the number one Google search guy for like 3 years, but we're only going to pay you $100,000 a year. I'd be like, awesome. It's done. As long as I get to eat and be the most famous person in the world, do it. But now I'd be like, what? Wait, how much money would I get for not being famous? Because if it's more than that, I'll take it. Because nobody really cares. People that like you don't really like you. I mean, there's some people, but most of them, it's just like sheep. You just, oh, he's popular. I'm going to wear his t-shirt. They don't fucking care about you. So stop like worrying about what they think about you. And you're going to hear their opinions more than you've ever heard in your life. Everyone's going to have an opinion. It's like kind of a weight. It's kind of like a bummer jacket you got to wear all the time. They're just always kind of like, me, I liked it better when you did me, man. And you got to hear all that shit because you're famous. Like, I'd rather just be good at comedy. And, like, I saw Bill Burr say that, one time he drank and was like, fuck it, I'm not that buzzed, and bombed. Bill Burr bombed in a club. He could still bomb. And that guy seems to me like a guy that could get off a plane and somebody like, hey man, sorry, but we need you, right? And he'd be like, fucking boom, 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 kill, kill, kill. I'm fucking Bill Burr. Fuck you guys. He's just a natural shredder with so much ability. I want that. I don't claim that I have the juice to be Bill Burr. I'm claiming that's probably not going to happen at all. But to be as good as I can be at stand-up, and every time I get asked to do a gig, I do the gig, and when I leave, everyone goes, "Fuck, that was hilarious." That's all I want from it, and so it's such a stress-free environment for me because I bombed last night. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I wanted to start talking about the bomb in the middle of the bombing. I was already excited about it. I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. You guys hate me. She fucking hates the shit out of me. Like, I knew there was a couple that were like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, not only am I not funny, I'm pissing you off. And I'm not trying to. This is crazy. Somebody get a camera. I wanted to pull my phone out and start going live. Like, I had so many thoughts. I was like, I want to documentate this. Like, because I don't think
that's actually kind of a funny angle. If you start bombing, go live on Instagram.
I was going to go live before the microphone started working because I just thought if you go live and do your set while you're holding your phone in front of your face with no microphone, and then I turn it around every now and then, and people see that I am indeed on stage, but I didn't want to do that and do a bad set, but I should have done it because wow, I don't think I've ever done that.
Well, there's always next time.
Yeah, it's fine. And here's the other thing. I bombed. I ate shit. There's no pain.
Yeah.
I have no pain. I actually feel kind of rested. I can get into this. I love no pain activities. I used to want to punch myself in the face for that comment, but I'm telling you, when you get older, you do get wiser. You make decisions that make more sense. I feel like I'm very late to stuff. I'm a child, and every year it's not too late for me. Which means it's not too late for all of you too. If you stay alive long enough and you kind of open your heart, every now and then you can pop in new things for even the dumb, log people. I'm a log man. Just boobies, chocolate. I just walk around trying to grab stuff that doesn't piss anybody off. But every now and then, thoughts pop in there that would not have last year, and they're good. Like social media stuff. Don't tell me not to talk about politics. You can leave. You can cancel. I cannot be famous, and I cannot have any followers. Sorry, Kevin and Tully, but if you don't like me, you can leave. I don't mind. It's a free country right now. And you can all leave, not fuck off, because I love you. I love all of you. When you're on your deathbed, I'm very sad that you're going to the other place. I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to get cancer or suffer anything, which means I do. I love everybody. And if you hate me for my opinions and you pay to be a subscriber on my Patreon, you can leave and you can not pay me. That's okay. That's fair. I'm not angry at anybody. I just think at this point, if you tell me what you think I should do, watch it. Because I just don't need it anymore. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. This is my life. And when I do events, they're my events. And when I do my show, it's my show. We can talk about it. We can disagree. But it's just, if you just keep doing the thing, I think I'm done. I think I don't need you as a follower. I don't think I need any of that. think I'm going to block that shit and maybe even stop answering messages. I feel just seems like I'm not getting a lot out of it. And I don't know if I'm giving back that much. I feel like sometimes I can help like Ellis fam, every now and then if I talk to somebody there that I kind of know a little better, then maybe I can give advice. But if I don't know you, maybe I should just keep my fucking mouth shut. Trying to like you're going through a stressful thing and I don't know who you are and what your life's been, then I feel like maybe my opinion might be completely useless. But if I've met you a bunch of times, then I feel like maybe, if I see your whole life then that's worth trying to help somebody. But I think I might be wasting my time and energy. I feel like people might be kind of taking me for a fucking ride on that stuff. Just can't ask questions that I should be writing more jokes or something instead of doing this. So congratulations to you, whoever that was, who told me, was it? That's the other thing. Hey, man, what are you hanging out with Callum for? He's a rapist. Wow, that's pretty harsh. We don't have that fact, and that's not actually true. But I explained because I feel like I owe the fans everything. So I explained that I talked to a lot of people, and I don't believe that he did that. If I did think that he did that, I would not hang out with him. I'm not too sure how I feel about the way he treated Bobby Lee. Even though I don't know Bobby Lee that well, I am kind of turned off by all those guys now, quite frankly. Not hating them, just they're like, I don't think I want to be around that. That's kind of where I am right now. And then to say, don't talk about politics, and you're the same person. You just ask the most annoying thing. So you can cancel it. Fucking the Tully Show and Mad Scientist Party Hour are available free podcasts and on Patreon. Wait, sorry, Tully, you're only Patreon?
No, I got a free show too.
He's got a free show too. For free, you can listen to the Tully Show. Guess what it has in it? Not me. And I never say anything on that show because I'm not on that show. So you can listen to those shows. They're great. And I won't hate you. I will not come to Ellis Mania and watch Tully and Kevin do stuff and just like block me out whenever I walk by. That's fine. I would do it too.
Let's talk piss.
I love piss.
Not as much as dolphins do.
Yeah.
But not as much as elks do.
Elks like piss more than dolphins?
They're the true piss junkies?
I think if I had to rank them based on my limited knowledge, yes, I would say dolphins like, elks love.
Liquid Death. We drink it. Everybody else is drinking it. If you don't drink it, you're not very cool. It's water. Then they've got bubble water, and now they've got flavored bubble water, and I am addicted. Every day, all day, Liquid Death.
We had a listener send us an aqua fart. That's where he poured some liquid down his back and farted into the cascading liquid.
He used severed lime. He used this exact drink.
Did it make a difference in the sound his beautiful fart made?
I think so.
I'd like to think.
He told me afterwards that his butthole felt moisturized.
That's refreshing, sparkling or flat water straight from the Alps in a crushable can.
Yeah, recycling and all that stuff. And then the water's good. Google it. Test Liquid Death water. It's up there. Way better than some of these other brands that claim that they're a water that does good things to your body. Lies. Not Liquid Death. They're not lying. They don't lie.
No lies. Just refreshing water. Get free shipping on all water and merch at liquiddeath.com/Ellis. That's liquiddeath.com/Ellis. Or easy peasy find Liquid Death at 7-Eleven, Target, Albertsons, Safeway, or on Amazon.
TommyJohn! Your dad has saved your butt countless times. Why don't you just return the favor with new TommyJohn underwear this Father's Day? Don't overthink it. Give him the comfort he deserves. They were nice enough to send us a few trial pairs.
How do you feel about your trial pairs of TommyJohn underwear, Kevin?
Awesome. So confident, in fact, that I pulled my pants down and twerked on this very show, and the comments of people complimenting my butt,
it
was endless. And I have TommyJohn to thank for that. They made my buttocks look very, very nice and comfortable.
Yeah, Father's Day is coming. If my kids are listening to this, do you know what your father wants for Father's Day? I want my ass and I want my testicular region to be comfortable, and I want easy breathing fabric keeping my package in place. It's that simple.
I don't know why you have to do the kid thing, Michael, but good. Anyway, this Father's Day, shop TommyJohn.com/Jason for up to $30 off site wide, everybody, and free shipping. Now, June 15, get up to $30 off site wide plus free shipping at TommyJohn.com/Jason. That's TommyJohn.com/Jason. See site for details. Okay, because I kind of know why dolphins like urine.
You do?
Yeah,
Why?
because that they can smell their friends in their piss.
Yes, that is exactly right. Dolphins do not have a sense of smell, but they do have a sense of taste. And scientists were recently able to prove that dolphins are more familiar with their friends' urine than they are with strange dolphins' urine by taking a bunch of pee samples from friends and strangers of dolphins and putting them in a cup and then dumping it in the water near the dolphin. And the dolphins routinely spent way more time swimming with their mouth open through the cloud of their friend's piss than through strange dolphins' piss.
Yep.
Man.
How do elks like piss more than dolphins? Because they sound like they're the ultimate piss enthusiast.
Well, I have a video that can demonstrate just how fond of urine elks are.
Are they drinking it straight out of the tap?
I'm sure some of it went in the elk's mouth.
Ugh.
Not all of it. It's more
You
of
know-
a shower.
Yeah, like in the commercial where somebody has like Gatorade or a bottle of water, and
Yeah.
at the end of a long mountain bike session, they're in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
spandex and they dump it all over their head.
Yeah.
Passers-by in in Yellowstone National Park
Yellow.
caused a little bit of a traffic jam, as much as you can get in Yellowstone, because nobody could stop gawking at this majestic elk urinating in its own face.
Does this need audio?
How the fuck do you piss in your own face?
It helps
Does
to
he
be
look
four-legged.
down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around the 20-second mark is where the
Is that-
action starts.
Yeah, but isn't an elk's piss like that's an aphrodisiac?
That's
He's
exactly
like
right,
cologning himself, right? For the bitches?
Precisely right.
Hell yeah.
That's how I get ready for a night
Right.
out at the club.
So
Whoa.
he's
He's
up.
already pissing.
Oh.
That dick is like a fire hose. It's flapping around all over the place.
It's like he knows how to make his dick shower him.
Oh, he's like dancing in it.
You know, he's making sure it gets all the sides because bitches
Yeah.
can't get enough.
This is like my son putting on
Oh
cologne.
my God.
I bought my son Deadpool cologne, and that was probably him in the bathroom this morning.
Oh.
If ladies loved the smell of piss, would you not douse yourself in urine every morning?
Of course I would.
Right.
Yeah.
God. Urine's like the second worst smell for anything to be into.
I disagree.
Vomit
I think
and
vomit
poop
and shit. Yeah.
And farts.
I hadn't considered.
Yeah, I think farts. Well, that doesn't count as poo.
It's just poop air.
Yeah.
it's not, though.
I think farts and poop and vomit is worse than piss.
Piss kind of ages worse.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Piss gets worse.
Like if you keep it in a cup for a week or something?
the
What are you talking
longer
about?
it's exposed to air.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so. Like if there's like pee in underwear, I know there's somebody who has children, like it smells worse when it's dry than it did coming out.
I got a pee bottle in my car. Every now and then I have to wash it out because I'll open it and be like, whoa.
Oh.
That was a cool story.
What about super stinky pits? Like really, really ripe BO. Is that worse than pee?
No.
Are we getting it? Are you putting your sticky armpit on my head and peeing on my head?
I feel like we're talking about this in a sexual manner, right?
Oh, are we?
Like being into piss.
Well, there's two pisses as well. There's dehydrated piss, and then there's I drink a lot of water piss.
Well, we have to
That's
assume.
night and day.
Yeah, but if we have to assume if it's the smell of urine is attracting mates, then the stronger the smell, the better, right? What good is a watery pee if I'm trying to get the pee smell?
I mean, I don't really like stinky armpit people, but I can still tell that there is a pheromone thing that is I could fuck you because of it.
Yeah, there's been times where I've smelt like very, very slight hints of pit,
Right.
and that's been a little bonerific.
Right, but if
But
I
if
smell
you're like a
hints
cab
of,
driver,
if I smell hints of urine, that's not working.
yeah, that's not doing anything.
Right.
to
This
me.
is a pretty simple problem to work through. A really attractive woman is either going to go to the gym and then, go do a bunch of CrossFit and then rubber pits all over your face and you cannot wash it for hours, or she's first piss of the morning is going to be on your face and you can't wash it for hours.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
I might take the piss.
Are you thinking because you get to see her vagina?
That is a plus.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to take that bit out.
Oh,
Because I'm
man.
like, if she's going to put her armpits on me or pee on me, I would choose pee on me. But if you're saying I have to walk around for a couple of hours after this thing happens,
Mhm.
I would choose armpits because, man, that doesn't sound fun at all to have dry pee on you. That sounds bad. I feel like I would not like that.
Yeah. Agreed on all of the above.
I feel like we talked about
But it would
dolphins
be cool to watch.
and elk liking piss, but we completely forgot about dogs. I mean, dogs love piss.
No, they don't. What do you mean love piss? Why?
Like my girlfriend was dog sitting, and this dog found the spot in this fern when we were out walking it,
Eh.
and was all about it. And then we looked over, and it was all shiny because a dog had just pissed on it,
Eh.
and it was just stoked to be in this fresh piss. I one time went to a party at my buddy's house when I was like 19, maybe. And when I opened up the door, he had this little poodle. And I got all excited. I was like, hey, buddy. And he immediately, the first thing he did, flipped over on his back and just full human pissed all over his own face.
Yeah.
Not just a little squirt, full piss all over his own face.
He was excited.
Yeah, but he kept pissing.
Yeah, but he didn't. Sometimes dogs get so excited that they pee. You don't know that?
Yeah, this was, I don't know, this was special. I'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah, dogs are special sometimes.
I've seen pigs drink piss.
Right.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Under what circumstances?
They were our pigs, and one of them was standing in its watering trough and pissing, and the other one was drinking it from the tap.
Oh.
Right. And then there's the I still get my gorillas and apes mixed up sometimes, but whichever it was, there's the video of the one peeing directly into its own mouth.
Yeah. I think it was a chimp, right?
It might have been. I just remember that video was the review for the second album from the band Jet. In case anybody wants to check out the hot hits on that one. And of course, let's not forget about mountain goats. We definitely talked about this at the time. This was news in about 4 years ago, where they had to airlift mountain goats out of a park in the Seattle area because people would pee along hiking trails, and then the goats that had been introduced into the park, because hey, who doesn't love goats? Goats are fun. Goats are cute. Were licking the pee off of, like, when it crystallized and dried on the side of rocks. And it almost seemed like their thirst for human piss was making them become aggressive towards humans. There was
Oh,
more
give me that piss.
There was more than one. One hiker was attacked and needed some medical attention by a goat. Another one was aggressively stalked by a goat for like a mile. And there's a pretty striking visual of them airlifting out these goats because of their aggressive thirst for human urine.
Could life exist in piss? Could you be a piss fish?
I'd like to find out.
Yeah.
Would it be?
How many creatures can live in piss? Because let's just say
Yeah.
the world turns to piss.
Right. Planet piss.
Yeah, and it's planet piss. Who exists in planet piss? Obviously, there's some land animals that don't go in the piss, but there's going to be fish in the piss sea. How do they live? What's the nutrients? Is there oxygen in pee? Wait, do fish breathe?
It's mainly yes, they breathe. Yes.
They breathe oxygen out of the water, or they breathe. What do they breathe?
Yeah, they take oxygen out of because oxygen is H2O. They take plants breathe carbon dioxide, and
That's so stupid. Why would they do that?
And well, we need them to, and then they exhale oxygen.
Nice.
We breathe oxygen, exhale carbon dioxide. That's
So we're giving back.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
in theory. That we maybe a little.
Fish drink
Fish are oxygen based.
salt.
Well, Professor Kevin has a breakdown of what is in piss.
Okay.
So it consists of water, urea,
Yeah.
from amino acid metabolism.
That's the shit that the goats lick, essentially.
Urea's great stuff.
It's urine with it's like Tang before you put water in it.
Yeah. Concentrated urea.
Yeah.
That but pee.
Yeah.
There's inorganic salts.
That sounds good.
Is there organic salts?
He said inorganic?
Yeah.
Inorganic.
Oh,
Yeah,
because you're getting the bad shit out.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's creatinine.
I love creatine. That's good for your muscles.
It's got an extra syllable. It's not creatine.
It
It's
doesn't mean it's extra creatine.
I was still on tons of it when I was on the powerlifting team in high school.
Yeah.
creatinine,
What else?
ammonia.
Yeah.
That's good for washing stuff.
Not good for living in though.
Right. Good point.
Mm.
And then pigmented products of blood breakdown.
Yeah, that's how it gets its color, right?
Yep.
Word. Yeah, everything sounded good until we got to the ammonia.
But there's got to be. Is there not a fish that can live in ammonia?
Oh, you know what I bet it would be?
A salamander.
You know how there's like those
Salamander
underwater
have
sulfur?
one eye or just eyes on the top of his head? I can't remember.
I'm sorry?
Does a salamander have one eye or just eyes on the top of his head?
Neither.
I think salamanders have eyes where pretty much every...
Salamander isn't that weird fish that like wiggles in the ground that can walk?
No.
Are you thinking of a mud skipper?
Maybe. Does that have one eye?
I don't think so.
Does his eyes on top of his head?
I don't know of too many naturally occurring cyclops.
Right. What about a crab? He could live in piss.
What about the guy who like lives, the fish that like lives on his side and it's so used to living on its side that now like both of the eyes are on the one side looking up because otherwise the one eye would just be looking at the ocean floor all the
That
time.
guy's stupid.
Be like a guy with a patch on.
A halibut.
Yeah.
I think
Why do they
there
like
are
that?
fish that live
Just for the
in
hell of
those
it.
sulfur springs. Jesus.
Stop. Move on.
Those like
Edit that, mother. God damn it. Go.
those underwater like sulfur vents that are kind of like volcanic vents that
Yeah.
are underwater in the
Yeah.
ocean. There is stuff that live in those. They could probably live in
That's
piss.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe what could live there is the ocean volcano sharks.
Finally. Are they new or like did we just discover them? They've been around a long time.
No, they've been around.
We've known about them.
Where the hell did
Are they extra big?
where the hell did the Sharkano?
I wish sharks had red eyes.
Oh, there we go.
Be so much more intimidating.
Agreed.
Do you know Kat Von D had a house where her pool was blood?
Like blood red.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it is cool.
When you get out, are you kind of pink?
I don't know. I never went.
That's less
Saw a
cool.
photo. Yeah, it'd
Because if everybody who gets out looks like an extra from Trolls,
be cool.
you're probably just
Actually,
got a lot less metal.
Yeah, good point.
There's a lava-filled submarine crater. It's scientists call it the Sharkano.
Yeah.
Right. So so all volcanoes start underwater, right?
Yeah.
That's like where islands come from.
Really?
Well, yeah. Like
Oh, yeah. It makes all that stuff, and then you can live on it.
and then shit settles and dries, and then it happens again. Next thing you know, you got. That's why like all the Hawaii islands are like big volcanoes.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing is a lot of water coming up along with the volcanic
Whoa.
plume. But it's
Yeah.
called a Sharkano, not because
Did sharks come out of that?
I know it sounds cooler than it is. It's not because it's shooting out a wave of sharks
Oh,
a
'cause
la
that would have been fucking rad.
Sharknado. It's because within the volcano, a small number of aquatic species are able to live,
Yeah.
including a couple of species of sharks.
That means there could be a piss shark.
They could live at Piss Shark. Yeah.
It's
That's a sick movie, Piss Shark.
Oh my god. And it
Right?
has red eyes.
Yeah, obviously. That's how he can see through the piss.
And all the ammonia and creatinine burns his
Yeah.
eyes.
Not his
His
eyes,
piss
'cause
eyes.
they're red.
but like how long if you had a fish bowl full of pee, how long does a goldfish last?
That is a good question.
It doesn't die instantly.
No. And
don't-
those guys will keep wiggling for a while.
Oh
even when
man,
they're
those
kinda
guys
dead.
yeah, they are They're survivors. I'll say it again. I had a couple of goldfish when I was a kid and a couple of piranha. And the piranha ate, I forget if it was one or both of the goldfish partially. And I swear to God, the goldfish did not die because the back half of its body had been eaten off. It died because that made it capsize and it could no longer get its mouth to the surface to eat goldfish food.
Jesus.
That's got to be, I mean, that's Saw-esque. That's jigsaw shit.
Yeah, I had guinea pigs once and I went on tour and came back and they made like fucking 50 babies and then sometimes they ate the baby's butt or the head. And there would just be a butt on the ground or a head. Their own babies though.
Ruthless. Yeah, when I was in high school, I thought it would be cool to do a science fair project where I tested the effects of heavy metal on mice.
Of course you did.
And all that happened is I forgot to feed them. And boy, they were so snow white. And God, that blood was so blood red.
Ugh.
But
That's
yeah,
pretty metal.
it may have been the metal one that ate. I think I played one pop in one country, or classical. It may have been the metal one that ate the other two, but
Makes
I
sense.
think he was just a little bit bigger.
Well, metal makes you bigger. There's that too. Hey everybody, the Jason Ellis Show has a contest and it's huge. Somebody already, if you watched the last episode, somebody poured a liquid death down their butt crack and farted through it, and they received $100 cash compliments of myself, which means if your fart is creative when it comes to aqua farts, we're talking about water and farting combined or screaming and farting combined. Both of these things can win you cash prizes, signed skateboards and t-shirts, books and whatnot. So to enter, submit to ellis@gmail.com. It's a simple email. You send it in. Please don't show me your balls or any of that stuff. But it's as easy as this guy who sent in a video. What's this guy?
This is Evan.
Evan.
And Evan farted in his sink.
Let's see Evan
Supposedly.
farting in a sink for aqua farts.
So there you can see his butt.
Right.
That
This
was
is a terrible commercial for aqua farts. That one right there. If you do an aqua fart like that, I'm not sending you any money. If you look at the prior fart, liquid death cascade farting, holy shit. And the fart was tremendous. It was like, did some stuff. It was cool. So if you have a good fart and a good idea to get the fart, this is your chance. Who doesn't want money? Free money. What about a t-shirt signed by all these dickheads? Come on, man. Enter it. Be fun. We'll post it on the show and everyone will know how talented your butthole is.
Jason, I've got a can of liquid death. I've got a talented asshole. Where do I send my aqua fart video?
That's a good question. Submit to ellis@gmail.com. Again, submit to ellis@gmail.com.
Be a fart champion. Hey, speaking of surviving things, I wrote down a really stupid question that woke me up in the middle of the night last night.
Fuck yeah. I love answering questions.
Well, prepare yourself because I feel like this one's probably going to be pretty stupid.
Okay.
So if there was a super skinny needle, maybe like the cartridges that reload mechanical pencils, that really, really thin strip of lead.
Yep.
Like if something that big, a needle, went right through your fucking head, like in the middle, out the back, would you survive or die?
Is it lead that you're pushing through or is it
Nope.
just something that small?
It's surgical steel, but it's
Right.
just
I
like...
believe that there is an angle where you can stab yourself in the brains and be fine. But there's also an angle where you can stab yourself in the brain where you could die. But if you had an MRI and you had somebody that really knew what they were doing, people have been shot in the face that came out of the back of their brains
Yeah.
Yep.
and they were alive. One guy got hit with a giant rod that shot out of fucking explosion and a rod shot out and hit him in the head. And then he was a cunt. And then after it shot him in the head, he was a nice guy. So it fixed him.
Yep.
I might be telling the story a little bit incorrectly, but
Supposedly
Whatever.
somebody put a gun in their mouth and shot the roof of their mouth and they blew off the part of their brain that was making them suicidal in the first
fixed
place.
themselves.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I remember one time when I was a kid, I read about a story. Somebody was doing track and field, or maybe they're just near track and field events, and they caught a javelin in their face and it got stuck in their jaw.
And they turned out to be Christina Aguilera. That was
So you
great.
think that super thin needle right through the forehead, out the back of the head, there's a chance you could live?
Yeah.
It's coin flip.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. If I had the best brain surgeon in the world doing it, I would feel pretty good about it.
That's a solid stunt.
Well, also the brain, I think we tend to think that your brain like forms by the time you're 18 or 26 or whatever, and then after that all you do is lose brain cells, but I think they're increasingly finding that your brain does continue to regenerate to some extent or another pretty much throughout your entire life. So even if you were like dumb for a little while, your brain, you'd have a second chance lottery as well of your brain like reforming neurons and shit around it and fixing itself. One super skinny needle, I think you'd be fine. I would bet you would be fine.
If you could have something cut out of your brain, what would it be?
My source of doubt.
Right.
I want to be as like gung-ho and non-self-aware as like the top YouTube personalities.
Wait, YouTube personalities are the most unaware?
I feel like they have a
Who's boiling your blood over there on YouTube?
no, nobody. I mean, maybe like a blippy type, like
Blippy
somebody who's
and
really
IG?
just offering nothing, and they never had that thing like you're about to do something really, really stupid. You should stop this and don't humiliate yourself. But they do it, and then they get super successful and lots of money. And I feel like I'm bogged down by a lot of self-doubt, and I'd like to get rid of that.
What thing would you like to add to your brain?
I could probably use some smarts.
You're saying that you would add an IQ,
Yeah,
your level.
I
go
would.
up.
Yeah. I'm pretty stupid.
Would you like to be a genius or just a little bit smarter?
Genius, please.
And if you were a genius, what would you do with your genius?
I feel like I might be able to write better jokes.
So it would just be for your personal use.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I ask you guys one more stupid question?
Yeah.
Okay, if I took a shrimp, you know how the shrimp has that poop line?
Cooked or raw?
Raw.
Okay.
So if I took the doo-doo line that runs down the back of a shrimp and replaced that same exact amount with human poop, do you think you would notice it if you ate it?
No. Do I get to dip it in that red sauce?
If you want to eat two, you can dunk the second one. First one
I've
has to
never
be plain.
tasted shrimp shit in the shrimp.
No.
When I accidentally ate the shrimp shit bag, I never tasted it.
But is that because shrimp shit isn't very flavorful?
No.
Because like a little
if you had
noodle
a
of human poop,
human-sized shrimp shit, it would be even worse than a human shit.
because
Because
like
they're the cockroaches of the sea.
yeah.
They got poo. Their meat is poopy. So their poopy line, if it was like a fucking thick man cable, wow. I don't wish to say that. But if it was, I think that it's kind of like eating shit. Like, what could make shit worse? Old fish. And that would be, they would have a fishy, like I've never eaten a fish's pussy. But I would say that a fish's pussy would be extra fishy.
Yeah, that's got to be the worst part.
Right?
Unless it's fresh.
No, I don't know. I think that
I don't know. I think if you like stand next to a grizzly bear and catch salmon as they're spawning and pull it right out of the Colorado River and immediately
which would you rather eat? That was a good one. Would you rather eat a salmon's pussy or a bear that's hunting salmon's pussy?
Oh, no question. Salmon.
Because of the size? What if a salmon?
I have paid good money
What
to
about if
put
it-
fresh salmon in my mouth.
Yeah, but his pussy doesn't taste like that, dude. It tastes like pussy with fish in it.
I don't like. What does a salmon's pussy look like? What is it? I'm not. I don't think.
Let's say you made a 6-foot salmon.
Yeah.
So she's got a full-size vagina, salmon vagina.
It's still fine, dude.
And you got to lick it till the juices start coming out.
Dude, even if it's its butthole, it's still just part of a salmon.
I'm guessing it's the same thing. I've never like seen somebody catch a fish and then when it's twirling on the line, be like, "Oh, look, there's its butthole." It's like a secure flap.
Yeah, but you got to. If it was 6 foot, then it would have a big salmon pussy. I guess it doesn't. If it doesn't have a pussy, then we can't have the conversation.
Well, but it has to have something, right?
Yeah, but you know how sometimes animals have this thing where you're like, "That's not even a fucking private part. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I think it's
like
just a
birds.
tube.
What do they got? Like a fucking hook or some shit? You don't have a dick, motherfucker.
Yeah, ducks have like those corkscrews.
Yeah, like a fucking worm dart on your.
Yeah,
you,
looks
that's
like a
not
bottle
dick.
opener.
Yeah. It's not even the same thing.
I Googled salmon vagina, and all I'm getting is photos of times when the salmon that people were served looked like a vagina.
Oh,
And I don't know if I'll ever look at salmon the same way again
I'm
because
sorry.
it really is.
And what about bear pussy?
I
How
just did
bad?
the same thing.
How bad is
Right?
bear pussy? Like if you were in the river with the bear and you gave him a bit of a scrub with the fresh river water, and then chow the bear snatch.
Mm-mm.
I think you know that this is.
It's gonna be grizzly.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
They're too hairy. Hair traps in scents. That'll be the hairiest bush you've ever seen.
So is there,
Hairs are
ever,
all pubes.
I don't think sex with a fish would be all that bad.
is there ever
Oh,
a-
I think it'll be bad.
was there ever a hairy fish?
No.
They don't
Maybe
do
in
it.
like Jurassic times, did they have hairy
I
fish?
don't believe
I
so.
don't think so.
Well, put it this way: what's the most aquatic animal that is
Hairy.
hairy? Because even stuff that's semi-aquatic is like reptilian.
You're right, because hippos are good in the water, but they're fucking hairless bastards. Who's hairy and fly? I hear tigers are pretty good in the water,
Yeah.
like better than lions and shit. Like
Right.
at one time I saw a video where they came out to the river and tried to grab a guy out of a canoe, and I was like, that's pretty aqua.
Yeah.
But yeah, not very. They don't go down under the sea. It's always rare when you see a dog get a rock from the bottom of the pool.
Well, whales are mammals.
Yeah,
They
but
got to have like a little bit of hair, right?
They don't have any fucking hair. What are you talking about? Whales are fucking whaley.
I thought that was like one of the prerequisites of
You
being
had
a
to
mammal.
have. Wait, no, they don't have any hair. What made you think whales have hair? What the fuck? Seriously, I'm sorry, but what the fuck?
Because they're
You got to be called out on that. That's a ridiculous statement.
whales do have hair, although it's only visible in some species.
No.
One of those is the humpback whale.
What?
The golf ball sized lumps you see on a humpback's head each house a hair follicle.
Ew. What for? What's the purpose?
So they have Homer Simpson hair.
I guess so, yeah.
Is it like to grab plankton or something?
I don't know. I don't know what the exact like functionality of it would be.
You think a whale's pussy would be nasty?
Yeah.
See, well,
Very
then what
bad.
about if you made a salmon as big as a whale? How would that pussy?
Yeah, I guess I'd be more sexually attracted to freshwater fish.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. You don't
Well,
like that
like-
salty tang.
Not really. Well, like I'm enjoying fresh, refreshing
Liquid death.
mountain spring water right now.
What's our code?
Do we have one? Ellis?
JES?
Nah.
Liquiddeath.com/Ellis.
There you go.
Yeah, Katie.
Whereas
Anyway, yeah.
ocean water is gross.
It's not gross.
Well, I could go to a clean river and I could just scoop out some water and like drink it, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to do that with ocean water.
Well, because there's salt in it. It's weird how we can eat salt, but if you drink salt water,
hmm
I think it's if you drink salt water and that's all you drink, it helps. It dehydrates you. It doesn't kill you.
Crazy water. It drives you insane, I think. Well, I think it
But
would.
is that
it would
from
kill
being
it,
dehydrated?
it would kill you eventually, but yeah, that's I think there's a term for it in Italian where like sailors, if you're on a ship and there's no water, eventually you just get desperate and start drinking the
Right.
salt water and then you go crazy.
You know, if you can make a fire, you can boil the salt water until there's water.
Mhm.
That's what I heard.
Hmm.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
See, if you were with me, you would live a couple more days, and you're welcome. Even though inevitably I would kill you and eat you.
Yeah, my meat's probably gonna be gross.
No way, that butt is fucking mine.
Yeah, you might be able to get a couple good burger patties off my ass.
So I don't think I could eat you for like a year. You know, I feel like I'd eat you and then be like,
that'd be
I gotta
gross.
try and get out of here. I'll make one of those boats like fucking Wilson did, try to get out into the sea, and then I'd probably go insane and get eaten by sharks.
But first, I would enjoy your ribs.
I probably would be the first to go. I'd be so sunburnt. I would be like, it would be like a duck fillet,
maybe
crispy skin.
Maybe your skin would adjust. Maybe you would turn into an island boy.
Yeah, but maybe he would be like getting all sunburned, and he'd be like breaking out in hives and complaining about that all the time because of all of his allergies. And then you wouldn't have your ADHD medication, so you'd be super annoying too. And it would be a super easy decision for us to kill you and eat you.
Yeah, I fully stand by all those things you said. Factual.
Those of you that are not Patreon subscribers, I should just tell you real quick that Ellis Mania has a date. If you don't know what Ellis Mania is, ask a friend on social media. They'll tell you. But I have a comedy boxing event, and I also have a real pro MMA fight with Luis J. Gomez, August 7th and 8th in Las Vegas. That's all I have for right now, but that is
Is it
happening.
August or April?
April. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, April 7th and 8th. So get ready for that. If you can tell your boss, like, hey, this is when I'm going to take time off now, would be the time. Thank you.
What is this photo?
Oh, just a fish vagina. You guys are welcome.
Which part?
It's the little dot above the anus. The anus is much larger.
Yeah.
I'm not tongue darting that fish.
No.
Fuck that.
No. No.
That is
what
a
I mean?
horrible anus.
But if you made that huge, the
Better
size
than-
of a pussy,
Better than a bear,
would it be?
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't find freshwater fish that sexually repellent.
Yeah, you've always said that, Michael.
I am what I am.
If I had a dime for every time you told me you were into fish pussy, I'd be a rich man. Yes.
And I think salmon may actually be the sexiest of all fish.
Why? Because they're pouting all the time?
I think I'd rather fuck a dolphin. Oh, it's not a fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No, there's just something about the color of the flesh and the general vibe. I don't think any fish screams raw sex appeal, but I think salmon is the king of sex fish.
I would fuck a swordfish. Is that a marlin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's defensible.
The Barbara Streisand of fish.
Right.
See, I'm going blobfish all the way. I don't know what you guys are talking
You'd
about.
fuck a blobfish?
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen one of these things?
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I
You
feel like
want to have sex with an old man, basically.
yeah, I feel like after this thing sucks my dick, it's gonna be like, to the moon, Alice,
Mhm.
and then pull out a cigar.
I feel like there have been a couple times I met somebody at closing time who was a bit of a human lantern
Yeah.
fish.
Would you rather lick their pussy or a bear's?
There's all the fish. All the fish, dude.
Who would you rather make
Dude,
out
here's
with?
what I think. Like, when I picture bear genitals, I picture, remember the pro wrestler Mankind?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's never trimmed his genitals.
Yeah.
So if Mankind never took a bath,
But what?
that's my choices.
Yeah, but you could wash
Blob
it.
fish. I'll fucking 69 with that blob
Who would
fish.
you rather make out with? That fish or a bear? And the bear doesn't eat your face.
That fish.
Nuh-uh. Making out with a bear is so diesel. You're such a manly man if you make out with bears.
I get there's a certain ideal of masculinity that
So
that
much
jibes with.
power in that.
What's that? Was that Tucker Carlson video where the guys were plugging their genitals into machines and
Yeah,
stuff?
if you don't make out with a bear, that's what's going to happen, Michael.
I could see the extended cut
If
of
we
that
don't
being,
start making out with bears,
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen.
all is lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the craziest thing is that guy is the biggest pussy human, like a man.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's less of a I've never seen more of a wiener in my life.
Yeah.
It's crazy with Ben Shapiro, the craziest wiener. Like, dude, I want everybody to be free and live their life, but if you're in my school, I would be picking on you because you're a fucking ween turd.
Yeah.
Like, come on, life fucking wanted you to get kicked and wedged. You're a pile. But yeah, I'm sure they're great people.
Salt of the earth.
Fuck you, stupid cunts. Come at me.
And finally, police in Wichita have identified
Wichita.
the perpetrator
It's a
of
runner.
a defecation crime in a beauty supply store.
Is there video?
No, they have not released video or photos of the actual crime.
But they've got it.
Yeah. They have pictures of the woman in the store.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just not sharing.
Does she have a dress on?
No.
How'd she get it out?
She's got like tights on.
Yeah. It's got
Leggings
t-shirt
or
and
something.
tights.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she made it go down the leg?
No, they said the defecation was significant enough that 8 wigs were destroyed
Wait,
Wow.
wow. Why were wigs destroyed?
because she shit on them.
Wait, what?
She bring like a little butter
Did
knife
she use
and
wigs
spread.
to wipe her ass? Or
Maybe.
because how would you poo? Do you put the hair on the ground, then poo on it?
Or you poop on a wig rack.
Just smear
How
them
do
all
you
over the
poo
place.
on a wig rack?
Bend over.
If they're
Aren't
if,
wig
if,
racks
if,
higher?
if there was one at like knee level, you could do it.
So did she do this because she hates that wig store, or she just had to go?
Nobody knows.
And we haven't found her.
Well, they have the photo, so they
Yeah.
think it's a matter of time. They're
Just do
asking.
the TikTok. Get the TikTok guys to get it. You ever seen those guys on TikTok where if you do something real bad,
Yeah.
he finds out where you live and he calls your boss and says, you know that your employee is a racist and all that stuff, and then he gets everybody fired.
So they think it's just a matter of time since there's such clear photos of this lady. The Wichita police are asking for the public's help in identifying and apprehending public enemy number 2.
Who would you rather? Would you rather eat her pussy or a bear's?
Hers.
What about after she just shit on a bunch of wigs?
Hers.
Yeah.
What about if you could wash
You're really
the
going to
bear's
die on
pussy?
this bear pussy hill, aren't you?
I just feel like if you could wash the bear pussy, like wash the hair around it and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, look, if you could strap it down
Yeah.
and then have like
I'm saying this
A
bear
t-
wants it.
a team of spa, of course, and have a team of spa employees come in and completely hygienicize the thing, and the
Yeah.
bear is like sedated.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it might not be that bad. But then again, haven't we all had that experience of where you encounter a sex organ that's perfectly clean, but as soon as it starts getting revved up, the essential funk of it comes out, and it doesn't matter whether it's clean or not.
Yeah.
That's just what it smells like.
Yeah, but if you get this lady's engine running, it might activate like poop particles.
It's entirely possible. I'm not saying it's a good option. I'll take the salmon over her.
Man, you really like salmon.
I guess
Michael.
I do.
Yeah.
I guess I do.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll never find out. It's kind of gross, but I just feel like, yeah, if as long as the bear doesn't have like an infection or anything, wouldn't it just have like a bear pussy? I don't know. Fish pussy is like fish pussy, fishy pussy. Like pussy's already fishy. Now fish with the pussy? How fishy is that pussy?
Fresh salmon's not fishy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They all smell like fish, dude. As soon as you get them out, you
Yeah.
can smell it on them.
Yeah.
All the fish. I don't know how they do it. Same like cats' mouths smell like fish.
Yeah.
They don't even eat fish sometimes.
Right. You're going to bareback,
Mysteries.
and I'm going to be slamming salmon.
All right. It is what it is. That's what it's come
Different
to.
strokes.
Yeah, that's all it is. Look, everybody, if you want to fuck a salmon or a bear, we don't care. It's up to you. Enjoy. Make the most of your life. Enjoy it. Go out there and, you know what I mean? Tongue dart all the animals and fish of the world. Tell them we sent you. Like and describe. Tell your friends. We appreciate everybody for listening to this motherfucking show. Yeah, have a good day. Don't die.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.